Hello and welcome to the Different Strokes exercise programme. My name is John Graham. I'm the Clinical Director of Physiofunction, one of the UK's leading providers of independent outpatient stroke rehabilitation. I've worked with Different Strokes as an expert physiotherapy advisor for over 20 years. I've devised the classification system for this programme so that you can identify the level that matches your current abilities. Exercising at the correct level will allow you to benefit from exercising regularly at home whilst ensuring your safety at all times. I wish you every success with the programme. Before you begin any exercise programme or begin to follow any of the training recommendations, advice or other instructions, you should first consult your doctor and have a physical examination. The recommendations, advice and instructions provided by Different Strokes and the instructors leading these exercise sessions are in no way intended to replace or to be construed as medical advice. Build up slowly. Start with 1 to 2 sessions a week, gradually increase to 3 to 5 sessions a week. This is your level 3 session with Mathilde. Level 3 sessions are designed for people who can move their affected leg reasonably well, but who may have restricted movement in their affected arm. The exercises are a mixture of seated and standing exercises. For the standing exercises, you will need a sturdy upright chair to assist you with your balance. For your safety and to gain the greatest benefit, you will need to ensure that you have a carer or family member available to supervise your standing.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another exercise session with me, Mathilde. We are working with level 3 strokes. This is episode number 8, where we're going to be working on core and range of motion. This is for Different Strokes. So, as always, all the good stuff, make sure you read the notes that accompany this video before starting. I've just got some dumbbells with me today, and we are going to get straight into it. Because we're doing core and range of motion, which is sort of stretchy exercises anyway, we'll get straight into it because it sort of is the warm-up as well. And so we're going to start really focusing on taking our time to bring your ear to shoulder, going side to side, working on that range of motion at the neck, side to side. Taking your time, but being nice and gentle with yourself. Just seeing how far you can go. Good. And I'd like to now turn our necks to face one way and the other, and really seeing how far round you can go so that it's still comfortable. Go around side to side. Good. A few more. Hopefully it's warming your neck muscles up a bit as well, so as we carry on you're able to go a little bit further, and we're going to go looking down, trying to keep that back nice and straight, so it's just your neck at this point that is moving, going just as far as it is comfortable or appropriate. If you've got any injuries or issues, obviously avoid these, sit them out or do something else and wait until we move on to something else. Good. One more. Fab. So we're now going to focus on one arm. You're going to bring it back as far as you can and bringing it up as far as you can. So trying to keep that arm straight all the way back and up. Keep going. Take these at your own pace as well, so if you're not able to do quite as many as me, or you want to go faster, then please do so, although it is a good idea to slow these exercises down a little bit, because we're really focusing on that range of movement, and sometimes if we go too fast you can just use momentum. Good. And we're going to do the same on the other arm, so reaching back and up as high as you can, and back as far as you can, and up as high as you can, trying to keep that arm straight. And we're doing this while sitting up nice and tall as well. Good. Let's do one more on this arm, and back. Good. We're now going to look at opening the chest up, so reaching out in front, coming back as wide as you can, and back to the middle, and back as wide as you can. To the middle, wide, middle, wide, and now this time coming all the way across as far as you can, so past the middle, while trying to keep your arms straight still. Good. Good, one more. Lovely. And we're going to switch over to the other arm, so starting at the middle, out nice and wide, and just back to the middle again. You know what's coming this time. Good, and now we're going to go past the middle, as far over as you can. Good. Stick with me. Let's go for two more. And last one. Lovely. Now bring our hands together. And you're going to reach up with both. As high as you can, hold it for a couple of seconds. And back down. Reaching up and hold. And back down. Breathing as we do this. Good. And last one. Very nice. We're going to come up behind the chair. I'm going to move the chair forward slightly, making sure you've got enough room either side of you. So I moved it because I'm a little bit close to the wall here. Now, standing up nice and tall, you're going to bring a leg out as far as you can and back to the middle. Bringing it out. Good. 4, 3 even. Keep going. Lovely. Let's go on to the other side now. Out as far as you can and back to the middle. As far as you can and back to the middle. Let's do 3 more. Good. We'll stay seated, standing rather, and bringing a heel up as close to your bum as you can get it. So keeping your thigh down, try and keep your knees together, and bringing your heel up as high as it will go. Good. And sticking with that leg, you're now going to, maybe you need to step away from the chair, so you're leaning forward slightly, bringing your knee up as high as you can. As as high as you can. Good. Pause for a moment. We're going to now bring our other leg up, so heel to bum, trying to close that gap between your heel and your bum. Holding it at the top. Keeping those knees together. Lovely, and then standing a bit further back from the chair so you've got enough room to bring your knee up, drive your knee up as high as it will go. Good. We're going to come back down to seated. We're going to look at our hip mobility, so opening the gate, which looks a bit like this, going up and round, bringing the leg up and round. Good. Doing as big circles as you can. And then switching to the other leg. Up and round. Take your time with these. Good. We're going to go back to the first leg. So up and round again for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and same again. Back to the second leg. 3, 4, 5. Good. Pause there. You want to be on the edge of your seat, so shuffle forwards, feet nice and wide. From here, what we're going to do is reach down as far as you can to the floor. If you can get to the floor, that's fine. If not, just reaching down as far as you can. Hold it for a couple of seconds. And then coming back up nice and tall. So reaching down, hold it for a couple of seconds. Nice and tall. Reaching down. Good. Taking your time with these, being nice and gentle with yourself. Up, tall again. Keep going. Let's do 2 more. And 1. Good. From here, we're going to bring a knee up, and hopefully you're still on the edge of your chair, and you can slowly lean back onto the backrest of the chair, bringing that knee as high to your chest as you can, and then gently coming back down. Place that knee on the floor, grab the other one, and leaning back, bringing it to your chest, knee to chest, or as far to your chest as you can. So it might just be here, it might just be here, that's absolutely fine. As long as you're pushing it as much as you can. And switch over again, back to the first one. Very good. Nice. We're going to twist round now. So what you would want to do with this one, sit a little bit further back, but not quite touching the back of the chair, so you can sit about halfway in. I want you to use the outside of your leg and opposite arm going to the outside of your opposite leg, and use your other arm as well to help by holding onto the chair or something, twisting round as far as you can one side, and then twisting other side. So using that opposite hand to keep your hips anchored so that you can get real good twist in your spine, or as much as is comfortable. So obviously be careful if you've got any problems surrounding your back and it feels not right. Or maybe don't twist so far, but it's still good to get a bit of movement in there often. Let's do this last one. Now we're going to reach down to the sides. So reaching down and up with the opposite arm, holding it for a few seconds, and then switching over. And again, reaching down. Holding it for a few seconds. Feeling that nice stretch in that side. Good. Last one. Lovely. Take a moment to readjust. Maybe you feel a little bit loosened up, or maybe it feels a bit different. We're going to come up to standing and stand behind the chair. I want your feet nice and wide, shoulder width or a bit wider apart, toes pointing out. And from here, I want you to bend your knees, but also bending your hips, leaning forwards. And we're going to do as deep a squat as you can, and up nice and tall. So coming nice and deep into the squat, and nice and tall. Good. So it might just be down here, that's fine. Or you might be able to go a bit further down. Or you might be able to go really low, lower than me. Good. I'm trying to keep that back nice and straight as well as we go down. Last couple. Let's do one more. Good. And as I said at the beginning of the video, we're also working on our core a bit, which we have done in some of these mobility exercises, but we're going to be now focusing on our core a little bit more, and we've got a bit of a core circuit to finish off. So we're going to do 30 seconds of each exercise with 30 seconds rest in between. So these are all core exercises that we're going to work on. And so our first one is going to be sitting halfway on the chair, so your back is not touching. And if I lean back, my back is still not touching. My feet are out, nice and straight, leaning back. You can use your weights, you don't have to. And so I'm going to say we're going to start in about 6 seconds. You're going to lift your legs and hold it here. It's a banana hold. So off we go for 30 seconds. Holding it here with your back not touching the backrest. If you can't lift your feet, you can keep them on the floor, that's fine, but try and lift your feet for that extra difficulty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're now going to keep our weights at our chest, or without weights as well. You can just have your hands together and elbows out, and our feet flat on the floor, knees bent. In 15 seconds, we're going to start this next one. You're going to Lean forwards, trying to bring your opposite elbow to your opposite knee. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Good. Sitting up nice and tall in between each one. Good, and resting. So again, keeping hold of the weights, that gives us an extra bit of tension up here at the top, so that we've got to work harder to counterbalance the weights if we're holding them at our chest and leaning back. So for the next one, you're going to do exactly that. Your legs are going to be out straight again. You're going to be on the edge of your chair, leaning back so that your core is nice and engaged and you're still not touching the backrest. And we're going to lift one leg up and the other leg up. Off we go for our 30 seconds, starting now. Keep going. 15 more seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You might feel it in your legs a little bit more there, but hopefully we feel it in our core as well across these band of muscles. Our next one, still staying on the edge of our seat, because we don't want to use the backrest, otherwise that stops us using our core so much. You're going to lean back with your knees bent this time, and you're going to be twisting the weights around from one side to the other side. We're going to start that one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Keep going. Halfway through this one. Good. 3, 2, 1, and let's pop one of our weights down for our last exercise, or you can do it without weights still staying on the edge of the chair. Grab your one weight or no weights, put both hands together. You're going to lean back slightly, bringing your weight to one hip, and then you're going to twist and bring it to the opposite corner. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and twist, bringing it back down to that same hip, up and twist. So like I call this one the wood chop, for obvious reasons. Keep going halfway. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Immediately bring your weight over to the other hip so we don't forget what side we've done, and then do the same side twice, because the next round we're going to do, the next 30 seconds is going to be the same but on the other side. So holding it there, and we're going to start in 10 seconds. Again, leaning back slightly so that core's nice and engaged. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds, off we go. Twisting round and up to the opposite corner. So imagining there's a rectangle in front of you and you're going from corner to corner. Good. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, good, and resting. We're going to go through those one more time, and then we will be pretty much done for today. So giving you something to aim for. So there is 6 exercises there. We're going to go through one more time. We've got another 10 seconds before we're starting the first one, which is our banana hold. So grabbing both weights at our chest, sitting halfway back and lifting those legs, leaning back, not touching the backrest. Off we go for 30 seconds. Holding it there, making sure your core is nice and tense. It's a bit like a plank, but a version that we can do on a chair, which is quite handy. 10 seconds. Three, two, one, and relax. 30 seconds till our next one, which is going to be our elbows up, knees bent, feet flat in front, opposite elbow, reaching down to opposite knee. Hopefully remember from round before. We're going to start in just over 10 seconds. So maybe relax a little bit more. So starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Leaning down, opposite elbow, opposite knee, twisting. Good. Trying to keep those weights at the same place in your chest, so they're glued to your chest, and it's your elbows that have got to, and your upper torso that's got to do the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Still sticking to sitting on the front edge of your seat, legs out nice and straight, weights on your chest, leaning back, and you're going to be lifting one leg and then the other leg, trying to keep your legs as straight as possible. So this one is going to start in 10 seconds. So getting ready. And 3, 2, 1, off we go. Good. 15 seconds left. 10. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bringing our legs back. Again, still sitting on the edge of our chair, nice and tall. Gently lowering yourself back, although we don't need to just yet. We've got our seated twists. So twisting around from one side to the other, bringing the weights down to one hip and then down to the other hip. Starting in 10 seconds, so let's think about getting ready, leaning back, not touching the backrest, twisting, and off we go. Hip to hip, twisting your upper body as much as you can. We're going to keep going for another 10 seconds. We've got our last 2 at the end. 3, 2, 1, and resting. Put one of the weights down. Choose a hip that you're going to start from. We've got our wood chops to finish. So, still got another 15 seconds. Take a rest, make the most of this. Nice deep breaths. And in 10 seconds, we're going to start. So leaning back slightly so your core is nice and engaged. 3, 2, 1. Bringing it up to the other side. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Over to the other hip so we don't forget which one we just started on. And resting here for another 20 seconds. Nice deep breaths, recovering, although this is the last one, so we'll get plenty of recovery after this one. 10 seconds. Leaning back ever so slightly, core nice and engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Don't forget to breathe as we're doing these. 20 more seconds. 10. 3, 2, 1. Good. And put those weights down. We've done a fair amount of stretching at the start of this, but I'm just going to leave you with one last one to do before we finish. So bring one leg out nice and straight and reaching as far down as you can, getting a good stretch in the back of your legs. And gently coming up over to the other leg, reaching down. Lovely. And carry on doing whatever other exercises you wish to do, any other stretches or anything like that for your cool down. But I'm going to leave it here for this video. So thank you very much. Well done, guys, for completing another video. I will see you on episode 9. So thanks very much. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.